Yeah, I know. I know. You're gonna do a favorite DC animated universe Superman movies video after Superman Day. I get it, but for me, every day is Superman Day. With that being said, let's get into part one of my list. Up, up, and away. Hey everybody, what's going on? Hope you're having a safe and awesome week. Like I said at the top of the video, this is going to be part one of a two-part list of my favorite DC animated universe movies that either Superman's the main focus or Superman is a part of. Now, just say right off the bat, and I'll probably say it in the second video, I haven't seen every single one of the animated universe videos, and there might be some I leave off this list that you're like, why would you leave that one off the list? Well, I tried to get this around like the 10 movie mark. A lot of the animated movies focus on Batman, and as much as I love Batman, there are other characters in the universe. Like, there was a long time ago, I think either before Superman Returns or a little after Superman Returns, there was supposed to be a Green Arrow Supermax movie that was supposed to be connected. That would have been super dope. I wish they would have at least turned that into an animated movie. The Emerald Archer gets no love in these things. I mean, he's featured prominently in some of them, but I digress. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. So when I get into these, I want to make sure everybody gets that I'm talking about the animated movie universe videos. So I won't be talking about the Max Fleischer cartoons or Justice League Unlimited, shows like that. Adventures. I might mention them, but I'm not going to go in depth on them, if that makes any sense. So before I get too much into the rambling, let's start the list off. Now, none of these are in any particular order. This is going to be kind of a strange list of people because it's not like I'm like, here's my top 10 or here's whatever. It's just a bunch of the movies that I like that I wanted to talk about. So what I did was I named the movie. I tried to find the comic that it was based off of, so I can put that up here. You'll see pictures here. And then give a brief synopsis of the movie. So that's what I did. Hopefully y'all like this. Hopefully you come back for part two. I wanted to split this one up because I talk in Babylon enough like I'm doing right now. So, again, let's just jump into the video. So starting off, first one I picked was Superman, Batman, Public Enemies. You'll notice me looking down because just like every other show, I can't remember anything, so I have it written down. This one came out in 2009. It's based on the Public Enemies storyline by Jeff Loeb and Ed McGuinness. Now for this one, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the cast. In most of these, I just have the Superman voice actor written down. But I just wanted to name the folks in this one. We have Superman, Tim Daly. Batman, the late great Kevin Conroy. And then we have, in my viewpoint, one of the best Lex Luthor voice actors ever, Clancy Brown. Special note for this one, Allison Mack from Smallville, who played Chloe on Smallville, was actually Power Girl in this one. So what happens in this one is Lex becomes president, and he has this task force of superheroes. You know, Batman and Superman, they won't join this. Lex sets up a murder, pins it on Superman, and, well, craziness just ensues from there. This one was super dope. Has a bunch of great characters. Some other characters that you don't really see in a lot of the movies and stuff. And I hope we start getting some of these, like Captain Atom and the aforementioned Power Girl. Be super cool to see these folks in some movies coming up. So not likely, but James Gunn, if you're listening, there you go. Next one I got up is Justice League New Frontier from 2008. This is based on DC's The New Frontier by Darwyn Cooke. In this one, Superman was played by, I hope I get this name right, I always mispronounce it, Kyle MacLachlan. Twin Peaks fame, if anybody knows that. He was also in Showgirls. Not that most of you probably know what that movie was. But just, folks, look up the cast list for this one and all these other ones. I mean, it's amazing how many people have been involved in the DC animated stuff. Like, it really is. Like I said, most of what I'm going to try to talk about is Superman and who's voicing them. There's certain characters that I do want to bring up. But so with this one, this one is kind of set. I can't remember if it's the 30s or 40s. It's Cold War, basically. So with Cold War paranoia kind of looming, it puts Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman under government suspicion. And it takes the gravest threat imaginable to force these heroes, along with an army of newcomers like Green Lantern, The Flash, Martian Manhunter, to unite in a spectacular showdown to save the world. This one was super great. Neil Patrick Harris is the Flash in this one. I know I was just going to talk about Superman, but Neil Patrick Harris, love him. Okay, so moving right along. And I understand, I'm probably not looking at the camera. I'm doing this again from my computer, my setup that I usually use for the experience, just because it makes it easier. I can just, do the video here. It's already on the computer. I can edit it, get it out fast. So hopefully that's not too bothersome, me not looking at the camera the whole time. But like I said, I have notes because I just forget everything. On to the next one. So I didn't notice when I did this before, but it goes 2009, 2008, 2007. Wasn't purposely done, just happened to end up that way. This one is Superman Doomsday 2007. It's based on the death of Superman from editor Mark Carlin and writers Dan Jurgens, Roger Stern, I think it's Louise Simonson. Sorry, I apologize if I messed that one up. Jerry Ordway and Carl Kessel. Superman was actually voiced by Adam Baldwin in this one. So, pretty cool. So the story with this one is LexCorp accidentally unearths Doomsday. Spoiler alert, Superman dies. And while the world mourns, Superman's enemies rejoice. All that is except for Lex, who grieves the loss in his own demented way, It's kind of one of those Joker-Batman situations. Without Batman, Joker doesn't see a purpose. He ends up setting off this chain of events that even he couldn't have foreseen. They ended up later on doing something with this story again, and I'll talk to you about that one in part 2. Next up, and the last one for this part, we have All-Star Superman from 2011. Now, this one is based off All-Star Superman, by Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely. And again, I hope I'm saying that last name right. I don't think I've heard his last name said enough. I think it's Quitely. It's either Quitely or Quitely. But I actually gave a review on this story on another video, which we'll link somewhere for you to watch. I liked it. I don't think it was the best Superman story that I ever read. But this is actually one... I love all these movies, but I really, really like the movie version of this better than I did the book. So... On a sad note, this is actually one of the final projects from legendary writer Dwayne McDuffie. He passed, I think, the day before they released this. Sorely missed, gone far too young. Terrific writer. Superman was played by James Denton in this one. You might remember him from Desperate Housewives. The synopsis of this one is Lex's plot to kill Superman works. Poisoned by solar radiation, the Man of Steel is dying, and with weeks left to live, he fulfills his life's dreams, including revealing his true identity to Lois. So in this one, it's an Elseworld story. He hadn't told Lois about who he was yet. There's also some trials that he goes through, but then Lex proclaims his ultimate plan to control the world without an alien hero to stop him. His powers fading, Superman engages in a battle that could trigger the end of Earth's greatest protector. So yeah, that's part 1. You're going to notice I'm wearing the same shirt because I'm going to do both parts together, but I'm going to make sure I do that, have them both edited so you won't have to wait too long to see part 2. So, hope to see you in the next one. Hey everybody, thanks for watching part 1 of my favorite DC Animated Universe Superman movies. Hopefully you come back for part 2. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications so you know when we upload the second part of this. I am working on it right now, I promise. Until then, you take care, you hold your loved ones tight, and I'll catch you next time. Later.